Let us talk about eyes today. In these pictures are some of the felted eyes that I have created in the past. A very important tip, whether you are doing animal eyes or human eyes, you should study eye images. Study all the colors in the eye or where the light hits the eye. Eyes are made up of multiple colors, not just one. Not only do you have to consider all the colors that are in eyes, you have to also consider what type of eye do you want to create for your project. Are you creating an eye for a character or like a fantasy type doll or critter of some sort? So basically, depending on what type of project you are trying to create, also depends on the type of eye. Realism may not be your objective. I am blending this fiber to create that multiple color look in this blue eye. Another thing that could help you out is to get a magnifying lamplight. This is actually my son's and I'm borrowing it from him. I am just testing it out in today's video. However, I really do hope that when I start working smaller again, that this will be a very useful tool. And here's a peek of what it looks like, at least on camera. I will say it does take some getting used to, especially if I'm trying to use it on camera. Taking a peek at some reference photos from previous work of mine, I do like to live in the realm of fantasy, so a lot of my work will have tidbits of realism and also character and fantasy type details and such. I like to mix them all up. I'll just say that. I mix them all up. In being creative, that's where we have such freedoms because you get to create what you like or what you love or what you're interested in. And it's okay because I'm well aware of the fact that some people do not like the things that I create, but I'm okay with that. And I don't expect everybody to love or like all the things that I make, but I enjoy it and I love that freedom to be able to express myself and for others to express themselves as they choose. So huge tip right there. Choose to create what you want to create. Be free. Adding that little spark of life right there, that little light. Just creating the eyeball part is not the finished eye. As you can see, I add detail all around the eye with shading and all sorts of fun things. Okay, here we are revisiting the lamp and we're doing a person. Okay, so I got tired of the blurriness of trying to film through the lamp. I'm going to have to work that all out. I don't know how I'm going to use that in film. But not only that, I got ahead of myself and often I like to add the eyelid first before I start doing all the work to the eyes. Not always, but often. The reason for that is obviously it gives me the amount of space that I have to work with. And I won't cover up what I did with the eyelid after, I've already finished the eye. However, I sometimes will not do it that way and just do it however. But I do think it is a good idea, especially if you're trying to learn to put the eyelid on first. So that way you know how much space you have. I also want to point out that I have the eye purposely centered closer to the nose. You notice that the eye is almost looking towards the nose a bit. When you do that, it gives them more life and they don't have that dead stare. Adding shading always makes the eyes pop out. I use chalk pastels for that, but you can also use darker bits of wool. When I work smaller, I will use the top of little pins, little pin needles, cut the stalk in half and paint it for eyes. That is what you've seen in those previous pictures. Feely's eyes are like that. Studying the eye images and practicing is how to get good eyes if you're going to make them yourself. You can also purchase pre-made eyes, and there's several different ways to make eyes. Whoa, check this witch out. I made these eyes with baked clay. I'm sure you could probably use air dry clay. I just haven't tried yet. I will be revisiting the clay eyes. Example of some eyes I have bought. Some are glass eyes and one is actually just buttons. So I hope you realize that creating your own eyes is definitely a possible thing. All you have to do is experiment and try new things. And of course, study images and practice. Consider what type of eye that you want for your project and for your character. The sky's the limit, and I hope this has given you some eye ideas. I love hearing from you all, so please go ahead and ask all the questions you would like, and I will add some other videos at the end of this video that you can click on. Until next time, thanks so much.